Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the No Laying Up live show. I am Solly. Neil is to my left. Hello, Neil.
Good evening.
We have a full court press brought on by the other side of the table. We only have 4 microphones. There's going to be some sharing of the mic by DJ Pie.
Hello. Happy to be here.
And Big Randy.
Hello. We're fired up.
TC is here. Hello, TC.
Hello. You're trying to silence some my constituents. Not good.
I would say it's your party. I don't know if they're like voting for you. I think you guys are all in the same party.
You're going to see a lot of flailing going around from that side of the table here as we are going to discuss the 15th hole. It's been an ugly scene. It's been a sad scene, I think we could say, for the most part
for you guys
of watching the golf.
We just disagree.
Golf today. So
you guys want everybody to get a trophy.
No, that's
another
not an argument in good faith.
It's,
but that's okay.
We'll do the whole thing. We'll do it all. Cash App is the easiest way to send, spend, and save your money. You can send or request money from friends and family when they owe you money for dinner, for golf bets, anything like that. You can invest in any stock or buy Bitcoin with just $1. It comes with a custom debit card. Cash App laser prints it and mails it to you. Comes with free discounts on places you love called Boost. You can use referral code No Laying Up, gives you a free $15, and Cash App will set aside $10 for every sign up to go to Youth on Course. All you got to do, just go to Cash App, sign up, use code No Laying Up. You get $15 free. You can do whatever you want with that. And also you are helping to support junior golf. So please download Cash App, use promo code No Laying Up.
For the kids.
For the kids. It is for the kids. Did Scheffler pass the eye test today, Randy?
You guys tell me.
I mean, yeah, he's leading the Masters going into Sunday. I'm going to say so.
He shot 71. I would say his shot into 17 certainly passed the eye test. His shot into 18. If you want to talk about the drop, you can talk about the drop and cast dispersions and all that, or cast aspersions. I don't know what, but the shot into 18
dispersions with the tee shot at 18.
His dispersion was quite wide with the tee shot. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Randy, you tell me.
I think we're arguing two different things. He had a fine round, 71, certainly a good day. He's a great golfer, and when I watch him, I don't see the number one player in the world. I think both of those things can be true.
Randy he's a Met guy. He's not a MoMA guy. The swing, it might not look like, Renaissance art. It may be more of a Picasso. It's a cubist kind of thing. The follow through, it's a little different, and Randy doesn't really like different.
What I think it is I don't think Randy's a big, show me a still life bowl of fruit guy. I don't think that's what he's asking for.
He's
looking for water lilies.
But I think once the modern art goes up for auction and it proves the value in the market, all of a sudden it's going to be like, okay, I kind of changed my mind on this guy. So, and I think Scottie goes out and wins. We were talking about Spieth. Right. We're like, Scottie has a lot of Spieth whiffs. It looks ugly. He puts himself in horrible spots. He gets up and down from crazy spots. He's doing a lot of crazy shit, which I would think, Randy, that seems like your thing. The only difference is Spieth went out and won a bunch of majors, and now Randy thinks he's the best player in the world. Scottie hasn't won those majors yet. And so I think we're on the verge. Check back with Randy in 2 years. I told you earlier on Thursday, I think he's working with large sample sizes here. And, I think it's all going to work. It's all going to come out in the wash.
At some point, though, Randy needs to stick his neck out a little bit, right? And
I
try
don't think it's a good take.
You can't just wait for it to be proven first.
Are you his lawyer, Deej? You're
no
in front of the mic.
Also, I got
Don't
two
Randy.
things here that have pissed me off the last 2 nights about you talking with about Scottie.
Please.
First of all, Scotty's the kid that didn't just play golf in elementary school and high school. He played baseball. He played basketball.
He played PGA Tour, senior PGA Tour. He's played all kinds of sports.
He's been playing rec league basketball with the other 50-year-olds.
That's cool.
I think you would be one to celebrate that.
I think you guys are saying I don't like Scottie, and that's not true. What I want to say very clearly is he doesn't pass the eye test to me as the best golfer in the world.
You just don't like his footwork.
I just don't like. I
think he's a fucking athlete.
He looked like that Korean golfer with the crazy follow through today.
It
doesn't look sustainable. It doesn't look repeatable. He's had a hot 45 days.
Ho-Sung Choi,
I'm
really?
not buying it all yet.
Ho-Sung Choi, that guy was a fucking sideshow novelty.
So wait, I have a question. If would this at the 97 Masters through 3 rounds, would you have been saying the same thing because he hasn't won the majors yet? The cat
Tiger looked way different. Tiger had
his
3
swing was
straight
across the line.
USAMs. Tiger won 9 college tournaments. That's a ridiculous comparison.
So
I'm just saying that
last year he's in contention a lot. He's in top 10 machine, top 20 machine last year.
There's
It's not like he's coming out of
many
nowhere.
guys like that on tour.
Yeah, but not guys that go on to win 3 of the last 5.
I've been trying to warn you about this guy for 5
One's
years.
a limited field. It's not that. At the end of the day, it's just you got to show me more. I'm not buying it yet.
He's
Hey,
won 3 times in the
yeah.
last like 4 months.
I want to meet you in the middle. I want to reach across the aisle, but
I think
I
it's
don't know if I can.
a fair question from AM Penwell. Mr. Scheffler majors over under 8.5.
I would say the men's game is different, so I would say lower. I would say lower. That's a great question, but we set the line a little differently in the men's game.
We're live, but there were concerning things about the drop on 18, which I know Cody is monitoring the situation back at HQ. I know Tron wants to just railroad right through this segment and not acknowledge
No,
that.
first and foremost, he had a rules official there. I want to know who the rules official was. I want a name.
He had a British accent.
He had a high and tight
But
head.
So he was potentially an RNA guy.
That whole thing was the
And
theater
we were
of the
palling around
absurd.
with the RNA today.
And let me say this. If you get 3 minutes to find a ball, you should get 3 minutes to find a ball. You shouldn't get 8 minutes for other people to find your ball, and then you get up there and get 3 minutes. That's BS.
If you get 3 minutes to find a ball, you should also get like 3 minutes to drop it. You should get no more than 3 minutes. Like that was way too
I don't
complicated.
think that the ball was that hard to find. That was like right off the fairway. So like
I think they were looking in the wrong
I
spot.
agree with you on that rule about
As soon as an
15
official,
people
a
are looking
marshal
for it.
starts looking, start the clock, baby.
It should have been. It took 10 minutes to take the fucking drop. though.
Let's focus
That's
on the issue
problem.
with the drop, though. What is the issue with the drop? That
I
people
don't
are
know.
having?
People are sending me. This is all very fluid. It looked like the club on his first club length was not near the ball. It was a good half a foot at least away from the ball.
Many people, big, strong people.
Let's
with
go-
Tears
I
in
would
their
say let's
eyes.
maybe focus, if I may, on the fact that the number 1 player in the world who's won 3 of his last 5 starts is leading the Masters by 3 going to the final round.
and
Maybe
and,
let's start there. Let's
and Randy wants to.
Randy's
Randy
doing
needs
the-
more.
yeah.
What about
let's-
our emails?
Well,
thing
you
here?
guys are teeing Randy up for this. You need to control the narrative better.
Does Scottie win tomorrow all around?
No.
I have Cam.
Wait, hold on. Let's pause on that one.
Whoa!
Cam's gonna win.
I think Cam's gonna win.
What? You guys are yelling at me? Are you kidding?
No, but I
no,
disagree.
it's a reflection on Cam, not on Scottie.
I don't think that he doesn't have to prove anything else to me. I think Scottie's like a gamer. He's a shot maker. I think
When
he's a baller.
Hold on.
He passes
Hold on.
my eye test.
For being a gamer, sure. I said Thursday night top 20 player in the world. I agree with all
Top
of those
20?
things.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so disrespectful.
But now you're gonna be like, oh no, he's gonna blow a 3-shot lead on Sunday at a game. Come on.
I don't know if he's gonna blow it. I mean, I think Cam might just run him down.
Cam
3-shot
shot,
lead's
Cam
not
shot
that much.
68 today. Scottie shot 71 today. They do that again tomorrow. They're tied.
And that's Matt.
Well,
And you bet.
That's what I'm saying.
I know. I'm with you,
I
big
mean,
dog. I don't think he's gonna win.
2 things can be true, though. I could think that he passes the eye test and that he deserves the respect that he's won 3 of the last 5, and he might not win the Masters.
I know. We have to find out what the definition of is what is the eye test. And what I'm saying is my definition is different than apparently what yours
And
is.
you're a Metropolitan Museum of Art guy.
I
and
feel
I'm
like
more
you
of
need a
MoMA
bigger
guy.
size. I feel like you need a bigger sample size.
Of course. I think that's what my
What's,
counsel said earlier.
I'll say I think he wins.
I think he wins as well.
Okay, it's not over, but I think he wins.
No comment. But yes.
What was your position?
Cam.
Your Cam
Yeah,
wins.
I think Cam's going to win.
It's a 2 out of 5. He got 74% chance of winning as of right now. I believe he's minus 200 or minus 260 maybe on DraftKings as of right now.
But only 40% chance in the NLU house.
I know.
I would also like to say, what a stud final group.
It's going to be great.
I'm very excited for that. That feels like a really good matchup, a potential match play situation. If it gets interesting early, if Scottie, comes out, has a couple hiccups, Cam, the mangy dog, he's in the corner. He's just gonna.
It's interesting that Solly's picking Scheffler. This is the first time he's ever believed in him before.
Solly,
It's about to get so catty tonight. I love it. Boys
I'm gonna-
are tired.
I'm going to pick
It's
my
day
battles.
3.
we've been just stuck in the flat.
Been drinking the Dun vegan, the Dunny.
I'm going to pick my battles tonight. There are many future battles to be won. Lure them in now, and then we'll get them
For sure.
with the retaliation.
Your supply lines are fucked.
How far back is too far back?
4 under and worse is too far.
Yeah, it's a 2-man race.
It's a match play situation.
If JT didn't stink, he'd be right in the thick of
Yeah.
this.
I mean, Sung Jae maybe 4.
I'm gonna push
I would
back
say-
on that one.
I'd say, yeah, and like Lowry and Schwartzel, no, thanks.
Do you think JT's going to come back from what we heard at the Dunvegan tonight? There was a bunch of Glaswegians in there. These are their words, not my words.
Oh, and we're not even. They weren't speaking English.
Yeah, they were speaking a type of English. The Glaswegians called him, quote, the wee taint. And I don't know how he comes out and shoots the 64, 65 tomorrow after that.
What are you going to push
I think
back
it was
on?
the only 2 words that you guys understood. that
No,
were
Oh,
said.
it has
And
something to do with
honestly,
the
I don't
pink
even know if
sweater.
that's what they called him, but that's what I heard.
I thought these guys were from like Ukraine or Finland or somewhere like that. And I was like, where are you guys from? They're like, Glasgow. Oh, shit. Really? You were going to push back on the
On him
the
stinking.
Jason.
Like he battled back from he's
Yeah.
shown the most fight out of
I
anyone
would-
that has stunk at any point in this
I would
tournament.
agree with Solly there. I was, very disappointed in JT.
We put a call out for him on Thursday and he answered that call.
I am,
would
but
say.
I am happy that he was my pick not to win this year, which was, we can cash that bet. That's
I
good
was
stuff.
just
I would not cash.
expecting-
I do not think you can cash that.
You
I
don't
think there's
so?
I
At
think
1 under.
we know that there's birdie pins on Sundays. The wind is allegedly going to die down per TC's windy app.
Funnel pin.
And if Scheffler has a bad day tomorrow, if the number becomes 6 or 7, it is possible. It is extremely
So
possible.
you and the how far back is too far back? 1 under is not too far back.
I think Schwartzel is too far back at -2, but I do not think JT is too far back at -1.
Okay.
That's a sick take.
Yeah.
Wait,
Very selective.
It's a subject.
Hold on.
You could process this. I know you can do
I
it.
like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
You can
That's
process
a,
it.
that's a gerrymandered take.
Is Lowry too far back at -2?
Lowry is not too far back.
what about little Corey at -1?
He is too far back. Corey's not going to win, unfortunately. But
What about Rory? Did you ask about that?
Rory's
Rory
not too
plus
far
one.
back.
Let's
Rory's
not,
Rory's
talk,
not too
let's
far
not
back.
talk about Rory tonight. I don't want to get in a bad mood.
It's-
Rory showed a little fight as well.
I will.
I'll
I'm
stand
gonna.
up for Rory.
Browns 2 and 3. It's not been bad, which I hate that we're there, but I will say a 71 out of Rory today.
We're celebrating moral
It
victory.
feels, it feels like you went poopy in the potty.
A little
You know?
bit.
Oh, good job.
I mean, there's a lot of dudes that did not go poopy in the potty that we could get to as well. We could,
And I would love to get to him.
we could do that now if you'd like to. Who do you want to name?
Rom, he sunk.
Yeah, the buoy sunk.
But he may be exploding back to the surface tomorrow, though.
Dustin, 75 today.
Listen, Dustin, that was tough.
My guy Cantlay disappointed me. Hate that.
Matsuyama, 77.
Candidi's were tough.
yeah.
Sure.
Zalatoris,
Scheffler figured it
Trill.
out with the lead for the 3rd straight day.
Yeah, but he shot 1 under.
With the lead.
Yeah,
That's fucking good.
I know, but you look at
Are you saying he didn't really pass the eye test?
that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that Rory shot 1 over today, or no, 2
1 under.
1 under. So we can't really dog Rory if we're gonna celebrate.
Big Bob
Scheffler.
McIntyre.
I mean, there were
T36.
nine rounds under par today.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Rory deserves a little
hard.
credit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I asked some of the guys at the Dunvegan, our friends from Glasgow. I said, "Hey, do you guys enjoy Bob McIntyre?" And he said, "Nah.
He's a Ranger
He's
supporter."
he's a Ranger supporter."
Nay. Nay.
I was like, "What? Ranger supporter?" Oh, he's a Ranger supporter. I still don't know what that means.
We had to get Mr. Poosh to translate the Glaswegian.
Glaswegian.
His wife's Glaswegian.
Thank you for that. What did you guys catch? Did you guys catch
Oh,
Shade
it's
Lowry?
random otherwise.
Shade Lowry getting all over his caddy on 13.
Missed
Did
that.
not,
Fill
no.
us in.
He he hits a wedge into 13 and turned. Jamie Kennedy tweeted this. They muted the line. Unfortunately, I was actually watching this on the CBS broadcast. Because there's some F-bombs in there, and it was scrubbed. They tried to scrub it, but apparently he turned to his caddy Bo and said, "Left myself no shot. What a fucking shit layup that was. Well done, Bo. Only 30 yards out. Well done." It's like, ooh. I feel like I get a lot of people rooting for him. That's a tough look on TV.
Always good to shout out Porter. I think it was Porter's tweet of Shane Lowry leads the category of the caddy who looks most like himself from the future. always a good.
It's still everyone that's getting in on the joke with with it being his that's his dad. I can't believe he talked to his. It's weird that he calls his dad Bo, and then everyone's responding. Of course, that's not his dad. It's he caddied for me in the 1986 UK British Open presented by Her Majesty.
If we're talking about bad behavior, I think we have to mention William Ho as well. William Ho rinsed one on 11.
so
then-
tight.
Yeah, and then
very tense, very tense.
just immediately tossed his club down.
Mm.
Yeah, I hate seeing that.
He's got to get a letter from Augusta at some point, right?
I would think so. He apologized publicly to them
Oh,
last year, 2 years ago, right?
I will be honest. I didn't think his club throw was all
It
that
wasn't
bad.
egregious, but
I
it's,
mean, it was
it's a
straight down
it's
in
his
the
body
ground.
of work.
He didn't put anybody in harm's way. I thought it was, just heat
Totally.
of the moment.
Total nothing burger. In my opinion.
Problem is, Horschel's heat of the moment. The guy's living in a steam room. I mean, it's just like it's coming out. Just the steam's coming out at all times. Things on all day long. He needs to cool.
He's a tea kettle.
Cool it.
I want to give a shout out to our friends at Roback Activewear. We've been wearing their gear for quite some time now. The only issue I think we've run into is you'll see TC is rocking some right now. Mine is dirty right now. I only got one because we sold out of ours so fast. That's the only issue we've run into with the Roback stuff. It's incredible. We've gotten great feedback on it. Their performance polos fit so much better than your typical boxy polos. Their 4-way stretch is next level. The material's super soft while staying wrinkle-free. The founders went through over 20 iterations of the collar alone to ensure it keeps its shape but doesn't get in the way of your golf swing. Second of all, their performance Q-zips are a game changer. Soft. You'll be hitting darts in these all day. Definition of versatile. Perfect for a spring morning on the course. And lastly, their performance hoodies that you're looking at right now are the stretchiest, softest hoodies in golf. They may be the most comfortable performance hoodies in the entire market. They're all over. They're popping up on the NFL, in college football. They're gaining traction big time. So use code NLU at roback.com for a generous 20% off your first order through the end of this week. That's Roback, RHOBACK.com. 20% off polos, Q-zips, hoodies, and tees with code NLU. They just got some new ones that dropped that are they're quite clutch for spring.
Tron kind of looks like Cam Newton with the hood.
That's a big compliment.
That is, TC is boomeranged on Cam. And I will say, feeling up my guy TC, this hoodie is soft. It is very nice.
Buttery.
Can we talk about the cat?
We can.
Listen, the exact thing we thought was going to happen happened. He just ran out of gas a little bit on Saturday, right?
I have not studied him walking too closely, but watching him walk down the the hill from the 6th tee to the green made me physically uncomfortable. Like it looks like his leg snaps outside of his it goes to the right. The right leg goes to the right walking down a hill. It looks like a prosthetic leg. The image is on the screen right now. I'm not allowed to post a video of that, but if you go back and watch that, I don't know if it is posted anywhere. It is uncomfortable to watch.
I would say the look chilly out there, especially later in the day. I can't think that feels good.
He drove it good. He hit it low key good. He lost 5 strokes on the greens today.
You got some bone issues. I feel like that's going to make you very achy.
Listen, I had a lot of people on me about I bumped the RIP cat tweet. I got to keep doing that. I got to keep treating him like he's
an ombudsman.
He's normal.
He's there competing. I'm
He's
with
there
you on that one.
competing. I can't treat him with kid gloves. He shot what, 78 today?
Highest round of Masters ever.
Exactly. If I'm not going to bump him then
I know that.
he's also I truly believe he's going to win. He's going to win here at St. Andrews in July. He's going to win the British Open.
And if he doesn't, you're going to RIP him again.
Yeah, probably.
The question is right now, what's he doing it for now?
I know he should be.
Does he need to play around? I mean,
well, I respect that he's trying to put the bobsled on his shoulders.
And only he knows how he feels, but man, if there's any thing not feeling good,
I don't know if I agree with.
I don't know why you need to.
So Tiger should tee it up. So what you're saying is Tiger should tee it up, and then if he's not going to win, he should just withdraw. I don't think that's in the spirit of the game.
If he's that not looking, if he's that in that much pain or that unhealthy, he doesn't need to go play a pretty meaningless 4th round tomorrow. I think that's a fair position to be in. We're in a unique situation when it comes to his health. If he could have, sometimes when you're hurt, and I don't nearly have a prosthetic leg, but sometimes when you're hurt, the more you're active, the better you feel. You work off adrenaline. That's clearly not the case. So why go out tomorrow? I'm with you on this, Randy, if he
shoots 77 tomorrow, all he's doing is putting himself in jeopardy of injuring himself.
It's a classic Randy. Is he hurt or injured?
I don't know which one's worse ever in that question, but whichever one's worse.
I think he's injured.
If he's injured, he shouldn't play.
He
shouldn't have played to begin with. Maybe
they showed his interview on Sky, and they kind of kept the camera in there just a little longer than they should, and him hobbling. It was not the limp that he had on the golf course. It was I need crutches walk out of the interview, and I don't know if it's a little dramatic. He has
cat's never been.
He's
dramatic.
had a tendency to be dramatic.
I just popped it back in
at times.
Really?
Maybe you should try that.
Cat rules.
All right, so revisiting some.
The only thing I'll say about the cat, I kind of said this yesterday, and it would have been awesome to see him finish top 20. Would have been awesome for financial reasons, but also
for nuggy reasons.
I think he proved everything he needed to prove on Thursday, right?
Yes.
We saw that it's in there, and I think everybody knew it's going to be really, really, really hard to do it for 4 days, and that Say la vie. Everything else is kind of gravy after the.
Imagine how
round,
how many video games he's gonna play over the next 6 weeks.
or comics.
How many comics he's going to read?
Like he's gonna be in VR mode, just playing. He's gonna be in the Call of Duty realm for the next 4 to 6, just nonstop.
When's the next time we see Tiger play golf, other than tomorrow? Does he try to play the U.S. Open and PGA?
Brookline's very I think Brookline and Southern Hills are both not easy walks.
And neither is Augusta, obviously,
Will
but
be easier than
Augusta.
Augusta.
But he has course
He knows
history
Augusta.
here, and those golf courses are going to play a different kind of hard that probably are not going to be a good fit for him.
But
But
there's also no rough at Augusta.
Yeah.
Right. Like the idea of going to a PGA with, I guess I don't know a ton about the Southern Hills redesign, but I imagine a typical PGA, there's going to be some thick rough. Brookline's going to be, like outrageous rough, I would imagine, up in Boston. And like,
So probably here.
No, I don't know.
At St.
I don't know what the
Andrews.
answer is.
I would say the best.
What about
'cause-
Jack's
'cause
event?
No, I think Memorial's a bitch to
that's
walk.
no good.
I think the best thing that's setting up for him is Colonial. It's a very easy walk. It's a
Yeah, he just
flat
has
golf
never
course.
played that
Yeah, he's
tournament
never really
before.
been,
I
going to
feel like
Fort
he
Worth.
just needs some, some reps there, midsummer, and then he goes over to the Open. I think he plays 2 more events.
We will see. We will definitely tackle that when we get to it. You guys want to talk? Do you want to revisit? So revisiting any predictions from last night? I'm sticking with Scheffler again. You're going Cam Smith.
Yeah,
What did you
Cam
say last night? You picked him
Cam,
last night.
Yeah, I said look out for Cam, and I feel good about that.
Who did you? Oh, you didn't make a pick last night. You weren't. On
I
the
didn't
show
make a
last
pick, but
Okay.
I probably would have said Cam.
I said Scheffler was going to shoot 71 today, and then he was going to win this week.
Yeah,
So
you
Mm.
did say 9 under.
sticking with it.
I forget. I literally, I don't know.
Another
My client pleads the fifth.
another thing. Yeah, we kind of said that Harold Vaughna.
He was our
may
pick
fade.
to fade, and Watson finally got that one right today. He did fade with an 80.
I don't even feel good. Like,
Yeah.
No, we're not happy.
Come
about it.
on.
We're not
not
rooting for
patting
that.
my back for that one.
Stabes 1. Who are you most not mad, just disappointed about?
I think Morikawa for me +2 today. Just really, door's kind of ajar. You shoot 69. You're right in the thick of it. Didn't shot 74.
I agree with that. Today was a show me day, and he did not show us. I'll say DJ. DJ, for being as good as he is,
He's the greatest player of all time.
disappoints me, I think, more
Yeah.
than any other good player.
It's fair.
That's totally
Yeah.
fair. High to who much is given, much is expected, right?
Here.
I feel that
I think
way too.
Matsuyama for me. I was saying that last night. I would have loved to see him make a run at going back to back and just kind of shot himself out of the tournament today. 77.
I like the Morikawa play, but I honestly kind of just forgot this guy was very much in the tournament, and because I don't think I saw him play golf today. Joaquin Niemann. That was a tough round today. I thought he was very much in the thick of things coming into it, and that did not work out.
On the flip side, who's played themselves back into it, or not back into it, but back into there's a shitload of money in play this week.
You know, I want to give a shout out to, and we should have probably done it yesterday when he shot 70, but JJ Spawn late in the field, playing his first Masters. Really freaking hard to come in, make the cut in your first Masters. I know
Probably
Tianling Guan did it, but yeah, he's probably exhausted.
He
And he's
respawned.
T18. So that's one of the people on the leaderboard that's like, look, there's probably 2 or 3 guys that are going to win this thing. We kind of already talked about them. What else do we want to talk about? Some of those mid-tier guys. That's a very it's very McLaren, type of
battle of the
showing
midfield.
from JJ Spawn.
I'll shout out Fleetwood for.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in the top 10 as of right now, and started the day 3 over par. So
Complete flusher.
I was going to say Fleetwood and Willett right there. Willett is hanging tough.
I saw
don't-
way
I'm not-
too much Will at the last.
I know I'm
couple
not
days.
rooting for him, but I think it's worth noting that
Maybe that's just the sky thing over here too.
he's been
Like,
through the wilderness. DJ kind of brought me around on that. So to see him hang there and then Fleetwood actually showing something, some pulse, some signs of life is exciting.
I want at least a few guys to have on the top 12 watch for tomorrow.
Well,
For invite for act for next year.
Cam Champ.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would have. Did he make the cut or not? I don't know. Probably not, right? And he's tied for 14th.
Amen.
Shot at 71 today. Good on him.
I'm good on Kim Champ.
So
I'll say Gooch. Gooch Leash was -1 today. T18 right now. Probably going to get a top 10. Like, probably pretty much guaranteed to get a top 10 at this point, in my opinion. And then Harry Higgs keeps hanging in there.
I was just gonna say, if you're top 12 watch,
Yes.
that's Harry Higgs
Yeah.
tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Harry Higgs for top 12. Cast your vote.
I don't want to be a downer,
for
but
any-
I didn't get
well-
in. I didn't get in a disappointing pick.
Okay.
I think Fitzpatrick.
Mm.
It felt like a day for him. Course is playing hard. He's kind of a grinder. Like, wind's blowing, and he just he just no showed, and that's no bueno.
There's a pretty interesting group ahead at T26. You got like Minwoo Lee, Lucas Glover, Westwood at T18 too. Like the fact that Westwood has showed up and competed is shocking to me because he seems like he's been
Just outing journalists on Twitter.
just like sitting in his basement, like getting shit faced or something and betting on horses.
He seems like Cat in a way. He's got so much course knowledge. I feel like he's just kind of on autopilot around Augusta every year.
Can you
Does well.
for anybody listening, the top 12? Because Neil just texted me like, what are these guys talking about? And I know if Neil has the question, I'm sure other people do.
Top 12 of this year's Masters will get an invite to next year's Masters Invitational Tournament.
Don't lay that at my feet, Randy. I'm phoneless. I don't have a phone.
That's something I think good about this tournament. Like shit, it goes back to like Tin Cup with the US Open too. When they're like, hey, you get into the tournament next year too. That's the most ridiculous part about the players to me is they don't have any. Like, I think even if you come in third, you don't get an invite back to next year. It's all predicated upon your FedEx Cup standing and your World Golf ranking.
Trying to keep the flukes out.
And to be fair, if you finish third in the players, that goes a long way to kind of making
Keeping your
sure
card.
you're
But if
gonna
you're
be
not a
back.
member,
I would
and
say
then
if
you
finish
drop
third
out
in
of the
players
top-
and then you don't keep your card to get into the players next year, that's probably on you.
I played golf with Eddie Pepperell the other
Well,
day, and
as a
Eddie
death
was
panel
like,
guy, you might want to be.
and Eddie was like,
on the other side of that.
oh shit, like yeah, well, no, I know, but I feel like at some point, like you play well in an event, you should be able to come back the next year. Like
That does make
that's
sense
just-
actually for the European Tour guys because
They don't have
players, you
cards
get the
and they're
top
not
50 guys
FedEx
in there.
Cup.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't you take up membership as well at the end of the year and your top one?
You can, but like if you're in the top, like if you're a certain projected like prorated status basically or prorated FedEx, I don't know. It's so fucked up.
This whole world's so
Can we?
fucked up.
You want to do it? Is it time?
No, I'd like to bring in the Sarge. I want to hear if you got any deets on the Scheffler drop.
Yeah, Cody, if you any chatter out there in the comments or anything on is Twitter abuzz at all about the Scheffler drop?
Nothing. I'm finding absolutely nothing.
by
Big, I don't know what you're
that's
talking about.
Disingenuous.
Randy's got a bunch of bots tweeting at him, just trying to get him all riled up.
We were sitting with some people from Highland Park.
Expected
tonight.
more from you, Sarge.
Wait, are you saying you know what, Randy? This take not passing the eye test for me.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it. I'm
I
not
hate
seeing
that.
the shady drop.
Might
that
be
you're
more of the smell test in this instance.
You guys want to talk about 15 now? Is it time?
Yeah,
Honestly,
let's
I'm not
do
trying
it.
to convince anybody of anything. But if you guys
No,
want
they
to
haven't
talk
got to
about
heard
it,
the
I'll talk about it.
conversation yet.
Why don't you guys lay out your case?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
You want me to go first, or you want to go?
I will go first because mine's more.
This is
it's
the
a feeling.
prosecution.
I feel like the last 3 days, all 3 days, 15 has played a lot less dramatic, and it was one of the best holes on the golf course. It was a magical shot, iconic shot on the golf course. They decided to change it, and they moved the tees back and down without leaving maybe an option to keep the tees up if the wind's blowing. So now they've taken a lot of the fun. Like there's no, like Charles Schwartzel hit a horrible drive. Scheffler bombed one. And then he's just able to punch right out, and they're at this exact same spot. And now we basically have a chip off. And I don't find that to be as exciting to watch, even if that makes it more of a par 5. I feel like they've taken the decision out of their hands. Like nobody's going to try to hit that green and hold a 3-wood. Sure, they could do it.
No. Define nobody.
Careful. A lot less.
A lot
less. People.
less guys.
Objection, Your Honor.
You're right. A lot less guys.
Proceed.
What I guess what I feel like the data geeks would be like, yeah, the percentage that shot is going to go
Easy.
is
It's not your turn.
Easy.
The data geeks are lost this week because they don't have access to all their fancy tools.
It just
and
doesn't
all
look
that.
like a good idea to go for it from 260. And I feel like because that shot was so much fun to watch, and it was kind of like, hey, you're here at Augusta, you got to make a play right here. I wish I was watching that shot and not the wedges in.
If I may add to that, I agree with everything my my co-counsel has said here. I think he's spot on. First of all, I love your maturation of golf course understanding, architecture, and everything that has come with that. I'll add to that I really tend to appreciate par fives where it is not a test of brute force. It is the 15 as it used to play was not a how far can you hit it. It was if you hit it far, you're going to have an advantage and have a shorter club in. But also, if you don't hit it that far from the top of the hill, you can get there and pull off an excellent shot. I think that's
how you have to hit it up the right. If you miss left, you can't just punch out and be right where the guy that hit it right down the middle is.
It was not a gimme go for it. It was not a guarantee that you could go for it. There was shot value in the tee shot.
And rewarded placement, Randy. It rewarded. You had to be up the right side. If you missed left, you were boned. And now you're laying up. If you missed right, you're probably laying up. You had to hit a good tee shot.
And it gave you a very dramatic shot that was, if you've ever been there in person, that shot is downhill and that green does not look nearly as big from the top of that hill. And if you go long, if you carry it long, you can go all the way in the backwater. We saw Hideki Matsuyama last year drive it in the fairway with a big lead on 15. He was too close to not go for it, hits it over the green, goes in the water, makes bogey. All of a sudden, we got a golf tournament. We've seen guys land it into the front bank. It rolled back in. It was a separation golf shot with a mid to long iron that is not that heavily emphasized in professional golf. And it was one of the most dramatic shots. And we've seen that way, way, way less this time around. And that's not as entertaining.
Guys,
this is going to shock you.
The prosecution rests.
This is going to shock you. I agree with everything you just said.
Okay.
Everything.
Thank you.
However,
we're not playing golf in a dome.
There's nothing you can do.
That was not what we said.
That's not what we said.
That's not what we said.
You
still had to hit a good tee shot.
You got 3 days. Hey,
You've
we were
made your
quiet.
case.
We're mostly quiet.
You're right.
We got 3 days of harsh wind in the face, cooler temperatures, atypical wind. That's the golf course. That's the golf course. That's the golf course we're playing this week. And I feel you. If it was impossible for guys to get there, I would be a little more riled up. I was clicking through all the Every Shot Live. There's like 7, 8, 9, 10 guys that went for it this week.
And it's gonna be the wind's gonna be down tomorrow, and you're gonna get the experience.
Where's that coming from? Your wind app?
Yes, it's gonna be like 7 or 8 miles an hour.
How expensive his wind app
It's
is?
$60 a year, dog.
Why are you paying for that?
Because it's fucking accurate, and I get so many different models. I can tell you
What's
what the
the
Euro
European model
model
say?
or the GFS, all that stuff. Okay, and they're all in agreement for tomorrow. Okay,
That the wind's going to be down.
you're gonna get the experience that you want tomorrow, where everybody gets a trophy.
No,
Okay.
that's
Don't do it.
Don't do that.
And then Scheffler.
Don't do that. Don't just
Scheffler lays up. Scheffler lays
up.
up to what 110 yards, makes bogey. It's a
Irrelevant.
different question
Maybe not
being
a good
asked.
And guess what?
It's on a sharp downhill slope.
Yeah, I'd rather watch him send it from the top of the hill.
It
I
is,
just
of
course.
enjoyed it more.
I'd rather it was a different wind as well, but it wasn't.
Well,
What do-
tomorrow's
what are we
gonna
gonna
be a
do?
more
What do we
interesting
want to
pin
do
as
about
well.
it?
I
Who
don't
are
know
you
why
mad at?
I'm mad at the course setup committee at Augusta
myself.
for tweaking the hole. They didn't have to tweak that hole. There's a bunch of other holes
Amen.
they could fucking tweak it.
It
Don't
sounds
don't
like
blame this on the
No.
wind. The wind has blown out of the west in past years. The hole has played into the wind. They moved it back, knowing that the wind can be into.
It's
and
not
that
an auto
into-
birdie anymore.
No one has said that it
That's not
should
what we're
be.
asking for.
No
That's
one
still
has
a
asked
hard
for that.
shot. The point is, it wasn't an auto birdie from the top
Guys
of the hill.
can still hit
Amen.
the entire field can still hit 3-wood from the
But
top
you
of that
shouldn't
hill.
do that. That's
It's
stupid.
historically the second easiest hole on the course.
And it played
That's not-
over
that's-
par this week,
And it
right?
played
And
over par
So
today.
to me, that's some variety thus far, right? And then tomorrow it'll probably play well under par because the wind won't be straight in, or like it'll be a little bit of wind in, and guys will be getting past the top of the hill, and they'll have a 5-iron in, and they can hold the 5-iron and all that. But at some point, it feels cool to have the shot mean something. Like you're always talking about shot value.
The point is,
Having
it
it-
doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
the whole point.
No,
tee
I'm
shot no
saying-
longer matters. They
No,
can
I'm
just hit it
saying
anywhere
tomorrow-
and just-
not
and then
true.
lay up.
The
No.
guys who could get there now are the long guys.
And
The guys who are getting rewarded
the
for
guys
getting down there.
the guys tomorrow, like the entire field can get there tomorrow. It's just a matter of like who wants to put their chips on the table. Whereas it wasn't even a decision before. Like they
It was
moved the tee,
auto.
what,
It's like-
15, 20 yards back. And then like at this point, it sounds like you're arguing against rolling the ball back too.
No.
It's a very unique. The whole point is it was a very unique hole in golf.
It's not.
I found it to be. I think it was one of the most iconic
Every
shots
other
in the
par
tournament.
5 there is easily gettable. you know,
Well, then move those back.
You guys are gonna be
was
pissed
fine.
when 13 gets moved.
No,
back.
I don't.
13 is gonna be so much more
I
interesting.
feel like that's 13. I just feel like 15 was the most exciting hole for me in the tournament. This is an opinion. I'm not trying to convince you otherwise. I just don't think it's as interesting to watch them hit the tee shot because I'm like, oh, he blew it right. Well, he'll just lay up like everybody else. They're all going to hit it the same wedge shot now. And maybe you're right. Maybe tomorrow I'll see something different when the wind's down. So I'll wait and I'll watch.
There's going to be a hell of a lot more shot value tomorrow in that drive
I hope
than
so.
there was last year.
75% of the tournament that hasn't been. That's the problem. Like if they want to move the tee back, fine, but having some flex options with the tee would have helped getting guys into a range where this would have been a difficult decision for them.
It's very nuanced. Like it's almost like they moved it back just a little too far. Like it's almost like give me.
Oh, they had a 20-mile-an-hour wind in the face the
I
last
know
what I'm
it's-
saying.
that's
3
what we're
days,
saying.
and it's like at some point, like
there's no point in going.
that's
for
just
it
the
then. I wouldn't
reality
try
of
to
the
hit 3 wins.
situation, and that's like the way the hole's playing this week.
Again, it is very opinion, and it's very clear and
That's how I
totally
feel.
fine that we just disagree.
Yes.
I think there's something. I don't think you should just optimize everything every day for the wind. I don't think you should absolutely go like 1-to-1. This is because of this. We have to do this. We have to do this. We have to do this.
Well,
That's
okay.
that was the golf
The
course.
sevens
There's
playing
one
straight
place,
downwind.
though. There's one. I agree with you in golf.
no, I know they
but
can.
Augusta is a freaking movie set. Everything
Totally.
is optimized there, and they went and they messed up one of the most dramatic shots on the course. They changed it that they made that decision without leaving any like flexibility to maybe create some drama. Like, hey, we got a guy that's up. Like it's Christoph. Like everything. The birds are piped in. It's all fake. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
So, like,
I
why don't
agree.
we-
Great points across the board. We'll hand it to Randy for a final word here and then move on.
Thank you,
Neil, what's the most iconic shot
Oh,
in the
no.
15 you can
Oh,
ever
no.
remember?
Tiger from the top of the hill, walking right after it.
What year?
20, I don't know, 2011.
I think
Thank you.
2015 when he hit the stick.
Thank you.
That was
And then
13.
bad
Great
drop,
conversation.
13 when he dropped the.
I
bad-
thought
bad
that was
drop.
when Leash tried to rip one around the trees. Another iconic shot. Him trying to be a hero. That was sick.
Which he tried to do today too. Leash went for it
because Leash is a
because he's not a little
big
boy.
dick player.
Yeah, I would like to see the test of distance control. And one way you can test your own distance control is by getting a Rapsodo. Rapsodo.com/NLU. Promo code NLU for $100 off a mobile launch monitor.
You can figure out how far your 3-wood goes or how far your 5-iron
Plus
goes.
a year premium subscription. It is extremely accurate. They get within 2% of units that cost $20,000. It automatically tracks your stats, stores your video with Shot Tracer. It's helpful for club gapping, understanding true distances for each club. Rapsodo Mobile Launch Monitor gives you immediate feedback and data, creates for a better practice environment, keeps you from mindlessly hitting balls. It's very portable. It's about the size of a rangefinder, fits right on your golf bag. You can use it indoor and outdoor. Rapsodo.com/NLU. Promo code NLU for $100 off a
$100
premium subscription. And you just got to go to,
Masters Week.
all you need to do is go to Rapsodo.com/NLU and the promo code is listed there as well. I still get a lot of messages about that promo
$100
code.
off.
It's an amazing deal.
That's wild.
Amazing deal.
So one more thing, because I think it is important
Cody's gonna come
context. I think that I totally agree with you. There is probably no more fun shot to watch on the golf course than the guys at the top of the hill trying to control that distance. And are they going to be short? Are they going to be long? Are they going to hit a good shot? I'm with you on all that stuff. I love watching it as well. Did we get gypped by the wind? Yes, we did. I do think the rest of the par fives on the golf course is like important context though as well. Everybody can get to all 16 par fives
All 16 par 5.
like over the course of the week.
oh, okay.
Everybody gets to every par five. And like
Not everyone. Not everyone can get to.
80% of the field, 80% of the competing field.
You can get it up there within 20 yards.
Like I get that they had to make a change, right? And if let's get through tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow will totally suck. But if the wind is down, I do still think, like, I guess my whole point today was if Scheffler, if this was the final round today, even if that wind is straight in, if Scheffler steps up there and he's trailing by 2, like it does change the decision, and he does need to start forcing the issue, and he does look at like, okay, I can hit a 3-wood up there, and I think that in a final round is going to make it so much more exciting because there's a little bit of there's a little rarity to it, right? If everybody steps up and is doing it, it does get less exciting.
I think that's
and
important
what's happened
context,
with 13
DJ,
as well.
is we can't just like the context of the tournament right now is that Scheffler's up, like when he was playing that hole, he was up by 5, right? And at some point, everybody else is bunched up and nobody really wants to make a big mistake or anything like that. And I think we can't judge the success or failure of that tee change through 3 rounds of a crazy atypical win when a guy is running away with the golf tournament.
Comma, and it sucked not to watch the shot.
I will
agree.
wait. I will watch with an open mind tomorrow.
I hope so.
That's all we can ask.
I hope it plays great. I think our point would be the flexibility and not having the wind blow the hole and make it boring for 3 days is important.
Also, I think there's an important thing here where maybe like we really preach about all this firm and fast and the golf course playing fiery. But part of that is like the golf course is harder when it's fiery, right? And I'm curious to see if that, like, I'm all for it. I think it makes for more interesting golf, but it's not going to lead to as many birdies down the stretch, and it's going to lead to, it probably lead to more volatility, more bogeys as well, which in my opinion is more interesting than guys just shooting darts and making birdies. But at some point, like it's going to be interesting to see how the tournament develops over the next few years. If they do get more dry years and more, and they're able to, like with all the sand capping that they've done with the fairways, where it turns into much more of a single digits under par, and there's not as many birdies in play the last 2 days, and there's not as much, hey, anything can happen on the back 9 and you can shoot 29 or 30, whatever. Like I think there's an interesting theme in play there.
I think there's something to embracing the variety. Right. And we have for 30 years, I've watched the Masters, and for 30 years, I've enjoyed watching that shot. And today I sunk in and was like, oh, you know what? It's kind of sweet to see who can hit a good wedge. Oh, that's sick that the guy who's in total control of his game just made a bad bogey on 15.
Yeah.
It didn't really hit a bad shot. Like, that's kind of sick. And I don't know. I think it'll be different tomorrow. So I think the reason I like the fixed tee and not the flexibility is because I just like how it ebbs and flows. I think lean into that is made me enjoy it.
I don't want it like that all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I disagree, and we can definitely move on.
Thank you. That was interesting.
Cody, where do we go next? What are we missing on in any of the comments?
Well, I think a lot of people are asking you guys, begging the boys to talk a little wardrobe options here. So we got your boy,
Finau.
Big T. We got Charles and his double plead. So fire off what you got.
You guys saw Finau's get up today?
We did.
It looked like it.
People,
Unfortunately.
Cleveland Browns. Somebody had a great tweet. Cleveland Browns on Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I thought that was spot on.
I couldn't believe I didn't mind the sweater.
Huh?
I thought it was okay.
Really?
A what?
I thought JT's getup was a little bit aggressive. The green pants with the pink
Yeah.
sweater.
like
it was a
that
little look
combo.
at me from the wheat taint.
Yeah.
Just thinking about the Scheffler stuff and thinking about the sweater stuff. I wonder if we need to get Randy's eyes checked.
Are you colorblind?
Some of these eye tests are, I don't know,
Also,
they
how
might
about
have spoiled?
How about Scheffler doing the whole relief pitcher or starting pitcher thing, putting
That made me uncomfortable.
the vest on and off with
It
every
was almost like the starting catcher because he's put on the
chest protector?
chest protector vest from Nike with just, puffing out everywhere.
A lot of extra energy being expelled, taking the vest on and off. Yet at the same time, I totally understand that I don't feel comfortable swinging this, but I need it to warm up in between shots.
They should have given him the big starter jacket,
the Tom Brady one with the big shoulders.
yeah, all the way down to the knees, and it's got that would have been sick.
Tony's hat was bad.
That was bad.
Bad hat with that
Tony's
sweater.
hats
But I
are
think the
always
sweater
bad.
wasn't.
Just like the whole Summerhays
I don't know.
family,
Brown and pink is
it runs in that
It's a
whole
lot.
crew.
It's MoMA. You wouldn't get it. It's MoMA. It's different.
I thought it was ugly.
Shall we go through some pairings for
It's
tomorrow?
not artistic. Sure.
Pull them up here.
First of all, I mean Cam and
Scottie. That's going to be
pretty damn good.
It's going to be a fantastic major championship.
From where we
finish.
were, midway through Friday afternoon, I think we're in a good place now, right?
Sung Jae and Shane Lowry. Lot of caddy stories going on between that group. Maybe we'll save that for a future date. Charles, where's your E and your S? Schwartzel with Justin Thomas.
Charles short sell.
Short sell. Yeah, we talked about just calling him short sell for the whole pod. We ended up not talking about him. So Corey Connors and Danny Willett.
Little Corey Connors.
Tommy Fleetwood and Jason Kokrak.
Crack.
Ooh, Rory and
Jay.
Morikawa. Dustin Johnson and Cam Champ. Zalatoris and Webb Simpson. Hideki and Hovland. Leash and Gooch. Siwoo Kim, Hudson Swafford. Harry Higgs, Lee Westwood. Blah, blah, blah.
What's Zalatoris do today? Even?
No,
No,
he was-
4 over.
Yeah.
He had a
Okay.
shank today.
Sheesh.
I believe I missed that, but I was getting a lot of reports of Zalatoris hitting a shank today.
Who are you taking in a Rory Morikawa heads up bet tomorrow?
I'm taking Rory.
Taking Morikawa
I'll take Rory for like a 68. and
because it
he'll-
doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I'll take Rory.
I'll take Morikawa just because if I said Rory, he would no doubt disappoint me, and I refuse to be more disappointed in Rory.
It's
At
so
any time.
sad.
I don't think
He
it's-
battled.
He
He's
battled,
I think,
man.
I
I
think the
just-
last 2 days have been not sad, but unfortunate, disappointing.
It's so sad.
Who is the cat with? I can find that as well.
Thought it was with Max.
He's with Rom.
Is he with
Oh,
Rom?
Cat and
That's what I
Rom.
thought, yeah.
Cat and
Yeah.
Rom. Interesting.
He's being buoyed by Rom.
He could have his spirits buoyed.
Is Rom's run over?
I'm gonna sit this one out.
I think no. I think
I know. That was
Rom's
a bait.
fine.
I got the fish. I got the big fish. Here, let me hold it up for everyone to see.
micro run or
something's amiss,
macro
though.
run.
What's that?
Something is amiss.
Yeah, he's not. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's like a young kid and his wife's pregnant right now. Like his life's probably there's probably a lot of hormones going on,
That's a good call.
right?
It's a very empathetic take.
Yeah. I know that
that
style. Yeah.
Fire in some questions here into the chat, and we'll get
Can
to
I-
these as they.
Can I say
as-
one thing?
Sure.
Just we floated this last night. Neil beat the fuck out of me today
Oh.
at the old course. So I just want to
Hence,
commend
I'm
him.
wearing the.
We've decided this is a Hickory jacket. This is a jacket that I won for winning the Hickory tournament at Colonial.
Charles Schwab gave it to
The
you.
Charles Schwab.
Mr. Schwab.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Schwab gave it to us. We've
DJ
decided
talked to Chuck
to make
now,
it a rotating trophy between the two of us, and Neil will proudly wear that trophy. It's a long story we can detail on another podcast. We ended up having to start on the 4th tee because we got locked out of the Airbnb.
So we hustled out there.
Tough scene. So we were literally sprinting next to the grandstands up 1, 2, 3 of the old course past the
Dashing to
Himalayas.
play
yes.
the old.
And it was tough, but we played 15 holes. You were
We
probably
did. And we were
what,
going to play
4
one.
over.
We agreed to play 1, 2, and 3.
We were gonna play as many holes as it took.
No, yeah, but I closed them out on the road hole.
There was no need.
Made a brill.
Real 4.
Brill 4 there and beat DJ 6 and 4 today with the Hickories.
Which I almost learned we learned a new phrase. It was almost a dog license, which is I forget the story behind it here, but over here in Scotland they call winning 7 and 6 a dog license. I'm sure there's some Scots in the chat that can tell us exactly why. I think it used to cost seven pence and 6 shillings or something
Yeah.
for a dog license. So winning 7 and 6 is called.
And
a
I
dog
will
license.
say this: DJ hit it great today. And I just hit it better.
Neil,
And it
your
was
first
great.
time around the old. What was your takeaway?
I was very uncomfortable. We didn't have a caddy. We played with a couple experienced lads, blokes that helped us out. But like every tee shot is almost blind on his flat piece of land, and there's just landmines out there. I felt like the guy in 1918 just running, just
17.
1970. Excuse me. You're right. Just running, just
Started on 4. It's hard to keep the numbers straight.
It was difficult. But I flighted the Hickories well
It's a
today.
cerebral test.
I started off bogey, double bogey, and then pretty much parred out.
And then
from
you were
there.
like 1 over from there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
I had a rough time in the Strath bunker. This was the only bunker I went in all day. I made a 13.
Not counting you grounding your club. Also, that's a 2-shot
concerning. Do you want to address that?
Yeah. After I've been in there for 8
Yes.
shots, I'm like, yeah, man, like cool. I'm like
I've never been hit in the head many times with a hammer.
I could have gone out sideways.
to
I could have
ground
gone
my
out
club.
backwards. I'm like, no, I'm getting this fucking thing out. And the most frustrating part was the first shot that I hit was like exactly the shot that I wanted and hit the very top little thing there.
Just short of Brill.
Yeah.
Tony Darby's asking, what's the worst case scenario tomorrow?
Honestly, probably the scenario we saw in 2011. Schwartzel birdies the last 4 and steals it from a great leaderboard.
I mean, we didn't even talk about he holes out on 10 and then just all of a sudden backtrack.
I think the worst case is the final group. Both are just not playing well. Like it doesn't turn into a duel. And
then nobody else charges.
Yeah, and somebody just kind of like limps home with a 7 under.
I think
and
worst
wins
case
it by
is,
1. It's like, okay, nobody really took control. It was like, nah, that's not what I'm looking for.
I think worst case is Scheffler comes out strong, birdies like 2 of the first 5, and then Cam stumbles. Scheffler's got a 6 or 7 shot lead, and then he just goes on autopilot instead of, because it's always fun rooting for history or rooting for like huge margins, thinking, all right, like, how much bigger can this thing get? It's not fun just watching somebody make pars and bogeys coming in, knowing that they just have to keep it between the mayo and the mustard.
I think Scheffler, I don't know. We might see one of those historic margins tomorrow. I think this might have been his rattle day, right?
He came out and got
Yes.
it this morning or this afternoon.
If you want to if you want a guy that's going to come out,
that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying on the flip side, if you want a guy that's going to come out like guns blazing, going at flags, making 20-footers and going at pins, Cam.
You want the mangy dog.
That's fair too.
I think it could be interesting if we get before it's famously it's going to be a long wait for that final tee time. If there starts being some roars, like some red numbers being hung up and some guys going out blitzing 2, 3, 4, just to get him start thinking about, that I can't shoot 73 and get away with this, that could be really interesting. I'm ready for some fireworks. This has been been pretty tough conditions for 3 days, but I think we're ready for the offense to get turned on. That's part of what makes this tournament great, I'd say.
Rory goes out in 28.
You cannot play the Masters without saying that one time. Like you go through it every time. You do. The cat went out in 31 in 2011 and almost had caught Rory by the time he made it to the turn. And a lot can happen tomorrow.
Guys, I have a question for you.
Holes.
Who do you of the guys that made the cut? Who do you think finishes in last tomorrow?
Who's currently down?
Adam Scott is at 12
Adam Scott
over.
shot 80 today. It's tough.
Cam
tough.
Davis is 11 over. Horschel's 10 over, and
I mean,
T-Rail Hatton's 9 over.
probably the cat, maybe.
Oof.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
struggling to walk.
I bet Horschel plays well tomorrow because he just has a ton of pride and he's gonna fight to the finish.
I'll say, I mean, shit, if Adam Scott shot 80 today, that's definitely not a good sign. Hatton has a chance.
I was going to say Hatton. I could see Hatton just losing it.
My eyes lit up
Losing
when I saw Hatton.
No respect for Sanjay.
I wouldn't say no respect. I mean, he's played extremely well. He T2'd in 2020 and he's sitting there in third. We haven't talked about him a lot, but I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't call that actually, that probably is a lack of respect.
I was gonna say,
that's
like,
a lack of
yeah.
respect.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
Charlie skipped right over him to talk about JT. I don't know at 2 under.
No, that was how far back is too far back. Sungjae's not too far back at -4.
But Schwartzel is at -2.
At -2. Yes.
Sungjae is such a good iron player. I just don't have enough confidence in the putter.
Yeah.
What's the
it
highest
feels like-
score that Scottie can shoot and still win?
74.
Yeah, like I could see someone winning at 7 under.
I don't think Cam is shooting more than 70 tomorrow. So, I mean, that puts him at 7. He's got to shoot even or better to win it outright, I'd say.
Yeah.
If it's truly not difficult tomorrow, Cam is going to make a
It's
shit.
all on Cam's stick, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to get this bogged down in more course talk, but you guys on that pin on 12, it seems I've never seen more balls fired that high in a bank, get through brush,
It's a
shrub,
disgrace.
everything,
It's a backstop.
and
then they
come
roll
right
back,
back.
down. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
That
Terrible.
sucks.
The longer you go, the better a chance that you have of it coming back down. Schwartzel flew the green by 20 yards.
That was
horrible.
disgraceful.
I mean, yeah, obviously the wind is swirling down there, but there were some very, very bizarre shots. I do want to give a shout out to the CBS crew for getting the audio from Scheffler when he stood up there. I mean, that shot when you're winning the Masters, going up and stepping up and hitting that shot is one of the most interesting things you watch all year long. He was pretty uncomfortable with the number or whatever the shot they had chose. Hits the ball, and you can just tell it's fading from that. Even while that dumb camera that follows the ball in the air, you could tell it was fading, and Scheffler just kind of under his breath goes, shit. And it's like flying. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to hit the bank. It's going to roll back in. Like, this is the Spieth experience is what we're getting. And then it goes in the bunker and you just really subtly hear like, phew. and then comes back and said something like I wasn't comfortable with it. And I was like, God, dude, that just added because they got the whole player caddy convo going into that, and like that added so much to that moment that not being able to hear that would have missed.
Speaking of CBS, them getting in the bush with that.
Yeah, they were chasing him
on 18 with Scheffler. Like that was like Emmy worthy stuff. I mean, that was some of the best like in the mix camera shots I've seen in maybe
called
ever.
it Jumanji. This is like Jumanji, man.
It was
They
awesome.
couldn't keep a camera for the Venice cam in focus. It was great.
They're getting all
been there,
sorts
brother.
of up close stuff for your bad drop too.
Cody, I can't believe you haven't dug up anything on that yet.
I think
No,
Big's
I'm
going to
sorry,
spend the
Big.
next couple hours.
He's going to call it
diving
in.
Fire up your bots and get it going. It doesn't matter because Augusta's scrubbing the internet as we speak anyway. So no ruling is done in ill will there.
It was very legal and very cool.
A rules controversy would make this Masters a little bit more
Controversy.
experience. So, anything we're leaving out, Codes?
No, I mean, I think I hope Scottie comes out firing tomorrow. I'm sure he's going to have to ice his shoulders a little extra after doing so many head, shoulders, knees, and toes with the vest he was trying to wrangle all day. But besides that,
He also doesn't
way
know how to
off
put
with
a
my
vest on.
DJ call.
Yeah.
Listen, Cody, that's part of the game, man.
Who is going to win, Cody?
Scottie.
Okay. Who do you side with on the debate on 15?
I think it's fine. I mean, it's
Boo.
All right,
No,
that's
I
it.
know.
I assume
He said, I think it's fine.
Interesting.
Glowing,
That's from Cody.
glowing endorsement.
That's from a neutral.
Also, I want to
observer.
shout out Solly for hitting him with codes right there. Very cat of you. Miss
That's
anything,
from-
codes?
Cat would be C.
That's from the bailiff.
Hey, codes. Did we miss anything? Thanks, codes. It's good stuff.
I did like the Tiger texted about his or talking about his text conversations. Yeah, I got a text conversation with JT and one with JT and Freddie.
Oh. I'm in a group chat.
Just texting with the boys.
Do you think he names someone with JT and Freddie like the boys?
Probably.
An S or Z.
All right, I
That
think
could
that's
be
gonna
used as a Z.
wrap it for tonight. The boys are gonna need to get some sleep. We'll be back for Masters Sunday tomorrow. Thank you everyone for tuning in. C, thank you for running the 1s and 2s, and we'll see everyone back here tomorrow night.
15's
Cheers.
great. Can't wait to
Congratulations.
see it tomorrow.
Congratulations, Neil.
Thank you.
Great hole. Great hole.
Crack on.